Can you hear us now? Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes we just got to start again. Now that I've shared it everywhere, I got to start it again. Somebody said it looked like some funny stuff, and so it was. And here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. I was talking about our great Dylan, plug the cable in, says Martin. We should be good now. Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear us now? Are we good now? I can hear. Glorious. All righty then. Sorry about that, folks. This is our first stream without Ryan. And we knew what we needed to do. We just forgot something. So we forgot a preference on the old computes. And now we're good to go. Let me see. Now I think I might have to share this again, right? Or would it be just the same thing? It's so hard. Great Koch is live now. Yeah, now we're live again. All right, we did it. Folks, we were up in the Great North Woods last week. That's why we weren't here. We were up in beautiful Marinette County, where the family cottage is lurking somewhere up there. And we had a delightful time. We went a little swimming. Am I right, Dylan? One thing I didn't do is get an extension cord for these ear goggles. As you can see, I'm still strapped in. When will I remember? Well, you'll know when I'll remember, when I'm not tethered down like some kind of farm animal that is being recalcitrant and wants to run away. Run away! See, I wonder if it'll just serve the same one. Oh, yeah. Okay, it just did the same one. That's good. All right, good. Didn't completely start over. Right? Am I doing it? Folks, it's so hard sometimes. Oh. Did you reboot the inner Goo-Goo? What we forgot to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we forgot to press a magical preference so that OBS would recognize the fact that we were running some sounds into it. Dylan, how is your back feeling, asks Paul.
Same old, same old.
Same old, same old. He's feeling a little bit of discontent. I think what he needs to do is perhaps take up modern interpretive dance, ladies and gentlemen, and then his back problems will be alleviated. I know it worked for me. Once I started tripping the light, fantastico, my back said, that's better. Thanks, Larchman. Engage in more of that vestibular wildness. I don't even know what that means, but I did it. I did it, and now I'm cured. Actually, no, every now and again I have back problems, but I have to do some, those stretches. Those stretches I learned once upon a time. Let's just do a groove, Dylan. Just groove on something, and I'm going to start playing. All right. Can you dig it? That was just called, we just made that up. We just made that up. Kind of. I like that. That may appear in another jam that we'll call Nostril Circumference. Nostril Circumference. Martin asks, do you know if the Black Reverends will be sent to Europe, a European music shop as well? Martin, I don't know for sure, but sometimes I know that the special runs that go to Wildwood, that Merchant City Music in Scotland, sometimes get some. So I would check there. Merchant City Music. New offering of the beanie. Some new beanies came in the mail today. Thank you, Denise Porter. She said you need some more summer wear. So these are a little less woolen. There's a little bit more air that goes through them, so my skull can breathe. My skull needs breathing. Are you satisfied with the Tascam Model 24? We are indeed. We have heard across the board, no pun intended, that the sounds of our streams have improved immeasurably. Plus, it has a lot more inputs. We're still learning the recording aspects of it. As a matter of fact, I heard from William today from Tascam. I'm probably going to do a video on the Model 12 over there. There's some guitar-centric stuff that can be done with that as well. So we'll be doing more with Tascam. We love the stuff. We love the relationship, so we'll be doing more. Can you dig it? Also, I should mention, ladies and gentlemen, that the new Fishman / Wildwood sponsored Greg Koch podcast called Chewing the Gristle is now available. So if you go on Apple Podcasts and search for it, you can find it. I did do a link from my various Facebook pages. But please subscribe. I think the first 4 episodes they decided to put up, the Wildwood folks and Fishman took some of the random audio that we have. We've got a bunch that are in the queue that haven't been done yet. I was just talking to Johnny A. He's like, hey, where's my doggone interview? It's coming, Johnny. Johnny, it's coming. But I think they put up the Joe Satriani one, Brian Fallon, Jeff Pivar, Andy Timmons maybe. I can't remember who they all put up, the first 5. But if you go on there, you can find out. And more will be coming. There's a lot that we did. The Steve Lukather one is up there as well, of course. Can you dig it? Did you ever have as much hair as Dylan? Yes, John, I had a lot of hair, but I didn't quite have the curls. He's got the natural curls. I had a mighty mane at some point, but it was not naturally curly. It was robust, though, until gradually. Time, the cruel mistress, said to my follicles, guess what? It's time to pack off and go to the undying lands, much like our friend Frodo and Gandalf and Galadriel when they took board that ship and went to the undying lands. We just watched all the Lord of the Rings while we were up at the cottage. We would enjoy a day's frolic out in the out of doors, swimming and whatnottery and cooking bold feasts. And then after the sun set, after we watched the beautiful sunsets on our doggone, what is that thing called in the back? Porch? No, it's called a deck. Thank you. Sometimes simple words elude me, whereas bigger words come. What? Anyway, so we would go indoors and watch The Lord of the Rings. So you may experience random doggone utterances that are allusions to our Mordorian friends. Mordor friends. Just so you know, this is one of my Reverend signature models, which comes equipped with my Fishman Fluence Gristletone pickups, which are on board these, which I love immensely, and they sound glorious. And yes, extended version. So people are asking about those interviews. So the interviews come out in 5-part increments on the Wildwood Guitars YouTube channel, whereas the podcast will be the entire episode all the way through. I think there might be one pause in there somewhere, but for the most part, it's just the whole thing. Name of the podcast again, Chewing the Gristle. See what we did there? Chewing the Gristle. Greg Koch, Chewing the Gristle podcast. That's all I got to say about it. That's the power of rock music, ladies and gentlemen. It's good for your corns. That was going to be called Daddy Longlegs. You know why? Because up at our cottage, there's a lot of Daddy Longlegs. You know what happens when certain people of the family see the Daddy Longlegs in any position, in any location, in any activity, whether it be lying dormant, lying dead, lying in a loving embrace with another Daddy Longlegs? That's kind of weird, but it happens. It's met with a blood-curdling scream, ladies and gentlemen. It can be heard all around, echoes throughout the leg. So I wrote a song called Daddy Longlegs. So that's the riff of it. You'll hear the rest of it soon, okay? Daddy Longlegs. You heard it here first. That's all there is to it. Bunions, green bunions. Any news on the P90 Gristletmaster, asks our friend from Leeds, UK, and the answer to that is yes. We're going to be looking at, it was going to be late fall. I think I'll probably get my mitts on one late fall. I don't think it's actually going to come out until probably January where it will be avails, I think. That's kind of where we're headed. So it's coming, but with all of this, yes, you're right, Tom. I did mention corns, which are the same as green bunions, I think. I just remember Albert King talking about take off your shoes and relax your corns. I think he's something like that, as a way to ingratiate himself to the crowd. Relax, take a load off your corns, which is something that people go, all right, now I'm ready to get it on. Got my corns out, I'm doing my funky corn. I got them out for all to see. Hey, behold, dig it. Corn free. Woo! Like that? Corn free with little Albert King in there. I thought it was good. Daddy Longleg spider, one of the most venomous spiders in the world if they could penetrate human skin. Well, indeed. Powerful, powerful creature. There's a faction of jam band fans that would love corn as a thing. Yes. Calluses are good. They means you've been doing something other than being sedentary. Can you dig it, ladies and gentlemen? That's another little new ditty. Came from the Great North. Another tune from the Great North that was spawned. Spawned from the Great North, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Greetings, Stuttgart. Deutschland is a magical place. Deutschland, magical place. Someone asked if I could play Eruption. I'd never learned how to play Eruption. I figured that had been so covered by so many in every music shop throughout the 80s that I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to be okay. Same with Cliffs of Dover. Never figured that out either. Figured, you know what? That was so well done by so many others. I think I'll stick to my bailiwick, which is where the grease dwells. I dwell where the greasy grease dwells. I graze for the greasy grease. Although there's some grease in Eruption, let's be sure. I just never figured it out. I've grabbed forth this instrument, which is, this guitar is magnificent. This is one of these Wildwood Spec 57s from the custom shop. It's a featherweight. It is not weight relieved. It's just light. And I have the Fishman Fluence open core classic humbuckers on this son of a gun. And it is savage. dig it?
Does anybody make gear for big guys who move their shit around?
I don't know about that, Dillian. Dylan's destroying his things with his mighty power, his mighty power. Dylan's destroying his things with his mighty power. That was a variation of a song called Sin, Repent, Repeat from the record put out by the Koch Marshall Trio called Toby Arrives. Toby did arrive. He's going to arrive again this weekend. We're doing a live feed, 5 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, it's actually a gated stream this time. So if you want to go, you got to go get a ticket. We're not charging much. Charging $6. Toby's coming down from Minneapolis. And all that other kind of stuff. So we're trying a gated stream. So you got to go to our Facebook page, and there's an event, and there's a link to a place called StreamTick. And it's going to be on YouTube, but you go to StreamTick and you buy a $6 ticket, and then you will be in for a 2-hour or hour and 45-minute jam of unparalleled savagery here in the Orange Room on Saturday night. If you can dig that, doggone it. I can't believe Greg used to talcum Dylan's tush. Well, that's a fact. I used to be partial to all of the joys, fatherhood, involved with poop. Involving poop. Can you dig it? Can we hear some Sweet Tea? Jody, you rascal. The original version of Sweet Tea, which is on the Unrepentant record, I actually played a Les Paul on that. Actually, it was a Les Paul. I'm trying to think which Les Paul. It was my Wildwood Spec 59 gloss. Boy, that had a top on it. It was a beautiful guitar. The only reason why I got rid of it is because I got rid of a few of my higher-end guitars to get my 53 Telly and thoughts that I could always get another Lester. And I've been seeing some good ones come and go, by God, and I really got a hankering for a Tom Murphy painted Wildwood Spec Les Paul, but I just haven't pulled the pin yet. I'm a little schemish. In these uncertain times, I'm a little schemish. And doggone it. Anyway, so I used that 50 on the original version of Sweet Tea. I used, this is going back, it was one of Dylan's first sessions, as a matter of fact. Theo Merriweather on keyboards, Eric Hervey on bass. Both veterans of the Milwaukee music scene, I might add. They've played with everyone and continue to play with everyone, from Daryl Sturmer to Warren Wiegerotz to Bill Boniface. They play with everybody here in town. Everyone. I'm talking everyone. Anyway, they're on that recording. And anyway, I used that Les Paul through a 59 Bassman Reish and a Paul Reed Smith HXDA, HXDA, there we go. Hendrix Dwayne Allman head. One of the many things I like about these pickups, when you turn the volume down, you don't lose any high end. So I could be on the lead channel and just kind of turn the volume up and turn the volume down. Oh, it just feels so good. Let's do a little bit of that. Yes. Can you dig it? Can and will you dig it? Notice you can go between the neck pickup and that bridge pickup. That just all sounds ridiculously good. Is it wrong that I'm watching this from the comfort of my toilet? That's the way we like it. We believe in easing the exits, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of our battle cry. The Greg and Dylan duo will ease your exits, and whatever that entails. That sounds weird. I'm just going to say that. That sounds a little on the weird side. Greg, contrary to your claim that you need to lose a quarter-ton, you look in good shape. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I have been attempting to exercise to mitigate the carnage. This past week, we feasted like warriors of old. Dylan here makes a exemplary rack of ribs, and he made 3 giant racks of ribs when we were up at the cottage, and feast we did with some delicious accoutrement. Doggone it. And there was also some breakfast cereal up there, ladies and gentlemen. There was Fruit Loops and Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. That's living large. Am I right or am I right? That's good vacation food, ladies and gentlemen. Good vacation food. The dirt spider weeps. And is that the new album name? I don't It's a good question. We don't know what the new album's going to be called yet. We got to see. How much do you improvise your leads? Yes. They are all extemporaneous. The dirt spider weeps in the valley of shade. We did have a request for a little Luna Girl, and that sounds so good on one of these guitars. Can you dig it? I think Dylan's having some trouble over there with his drums moving. You know why? Because he's very powerful. The gear is made for toddlers and not a savage beast. The gear is made for toddlers and not a savage beast. Called the gear is made for toddlers and not a savage beast. Robert asked if I brought my acoustic to the cabin. I usually do, but this time I brought the 53 Tele. I thought it needed to have a little respite. That's it. Hey! That's a song called Captain Comb-Over. That's on the acoustic record I put out last summer, which is available over on oldgregkoch.com. It's also on Spotify, I believe, and all the Apple portals. Apple portals! Can you talk about the workshop you're doing with Andy Wood? Well, it's going to be a blast. I know that. I think there's going to be some. I'll do a workshop, then and I'll discuss any number of different things, I would imagine. She'll do a little chicken plucking, a little bit of blues phrasing, a little bit of scalar activity, and then insight into my chords, what I do for the chords on the guitar. A lot of right-hand skullduggery, I would imagine, as well. And then I'm going to do a session with Andy where he's going to ask me questions and stuff. We're going to go from there. there'll be 2 learning sessions with moi, and then there's going to be a big jam at the end. And Joe Bonamasso's going to be there, Andy Timmons, Brent Mason, and the mighty Mark Lettieri, as well as Andy Wood, all frightening guitar players and cool cats. So that is going on. There's still room available, and they've got it. Apparently, it's about as COVID-proof of a place as you could probably imagine in this day and age. They're doing everything that they can to make me comfortable about going, which is it's a big deal. Apple Portals. That sounds dirty, but it's not. That is correct. What other questions do you have out there today, ladies and gentlemen? It's about that time for questiones. Thank you, Dylan. Apple Portals, where you can stream some jams. Apple Portals, just another epic scam. Apple Portals, I get every 6 cents. Apple Portals, where the artists get bent. What other choice do you have? Just apply some generous salve. Apple Portals, where you can get my jam. It's not Apple's fault. It's the world's fault. What? I didn't say any of those things. I'm filled with love. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel great love? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Great love. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Drade's love. What? Questions out there. We got a few of them. What things guitar-wise still challenge you? Well, I just play all the time. I'm learning different things. I might work on a different standard. I was little licks I'll come up with. Boy, that's got bitch, and then I'll realize I got to dial it in a little bit. So, learning new tunes, maintaining old repertoire. There's some tunes where I've learned them, where I have to play them through from beginning to end. And if I get caught in the middle and I realize I don't know it, so I re-examine those songs. There's some through composed things that I need to work on in that regard. But it never ends. I'll work on some flat picking stuff, some Merle Travis stuff, things of this nature. Just put these new strings on. They're actually behaving pretty well. Those Diodario folks, they know what they're doing with the strings. Diodario, they know what they're doing with the strings. Hi from the UK, Greg. Beautiful tone. Thank you very much. Is there much EQ going on between the guitar and the recording medium? There is not, as a matter of fact. Everything is pretty basic. We've got, as far as my end of things, I just have I'm going from the Matrix Infinity preamp and pickup on the guitar into the Fishman Loudbox Performer amplifier, and I've got an SM57 in front of it. It's going into the Tascam Model 24. Thank you, Tascam, you rule. And then it's going into Logic And then from Logic, there's something that takes it from Logic to OBS. And then OBS, and then we go out through Restream. So, can you dig it? Am I into vintage gear? Bob, not tons. I have that 53 Tele. I've got an old Super Reverb. That's about as old as it gets in the Koch house at this particular point in time. What do you think of the Reverend Talnikos? I'll have to check one out. I haven't messed with one yet. I did get one of the brand new Rick Vito in Chronic Blue. We're probably playing that tomorrow on the Wildwood stream, which is at 3 o'clock right here on the same bad channel. Oh, you're talking about the pickups, the Talnikos. I haven't tried those yet. Maybe I haven't. I just didn't know what they were. All of Reverend's pickups are delicious. Timothy Hall says, I've been playing for a long time, but I find it impossible to sing without messing up with my playing. How do you bridge those skills? Man, I tell you, there's some things I can't sing and play at the same time, so I don't. So I just find things that, you know, just try to find things rhythmically that match with your singing, with your playing. But there's some things that are a pain in the butt, without a doubt. You just got to separate it in your mind and figure out a way to break up the rhythm so that when you're singing, doesn't mess with the rhythm that you're playing with your hands on the guitar. I wish I could be more specific. Can you dig it? It is 5:03. We got a little time for a couple more questions. What else you got out there, folks? What model guitar is this? This is a 00028 from Martin. It's a reimagined one that I got. I think I bought it about 3 years ago, and I had a Fishman Matrix Infinity installed at the shop at Martin. So, hardest Beatles Zepp tune to play. Remember this one back in the day was a bitch to play. To my ways. Ra-do-do-do-do. As far as Travis or chicken picking, how does one bridge the gap in the right hand? Well, they're a whole different, ragtime wanker, exactly. Ragtime wanker. Ragtime wanker. Ragtime wanker, is that what you said? Someone called me a ragtime wanker when I was doing some Travis picking one day. Sorry, wrong idiom. That's a song of mine, actually. That's a song called, what the hell's that called? Vody Shuffle, that one's called. Oh, there's a twitcher? Thank you very much. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. This was our Monday installment of my Fishman Takeover on YouTube and Facebook, and I guess we're on the Twitch for the kids, of which there's one person watching. Thank you for watching. We appreciate that. Back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time. I'll be doing some wildwooding, 3 p.m. Central on the Wildwood page, my pages. Both the on YouTube and Facebook. And don't forget, we have our live stream with the band, Koch Marshall Trio, this for a Saturday night at 5 p.m. Central, but we're doing a gated stream. You can go on Facebook. Stream Tick is where we're going through, but there's a link on our Facebook page. We have an event, Koch Marshall Trio Live, this Saturday, the 8th of August, 5 p.m. Join us. And also the new podcast, which is called Chewing the Gristle, wherever podcasts are sold on Apple Podcast World. Or again, there's a link on my Facebook page as well. So check it out, folks. Can you dig it? Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. We'll see you later.